Welcome to being 12 for 12. This is a series where I'm going to look back at all the nostalgic games of my past, especially the ones that I haven't played for years. So, if this series does well, I'll keep it going until I run out of ideas. So like, comment, share. Let me know what you think. Dodgeball is a game that I barely remember playing on the NES with my friends. I remember the special moves and the hilarious faces they had, mainly the humor of the game. The memory that probably sticks with me the most is the sort of playground mode. I don't know what it's actually called, but basically it was you and a bunch of other guys, and it was a free-for-all. There was no dodgeball court, you just had one ball, and everyone was sort of throwing at each other like crazy. I just remember some hilarious moments, but really, I don't remember that much. I was probably playing this game in elementary school, which is kind of funny because I don't even know if I'd played real dodgeball at that point. The popular game in that time was Foursquare. Foursquare also had special moves, and you had to sort of telegraph them by saying them. So like Black Magic was one that we used, and we still use that today. In fact, there were so many special moves that kids sort of came up with that there's a whole website dedicated to this, because people would make up their own rules as they played the game on their playgrounds. So see, I'm not crazy, alright? So the huge appeal of Super Dodgeball is not only the nostalgia factor of the games, but also of the games that I played in the schoolyard, especially Foursquare games. Don't even get me started on handball. Let's check the game out. Like many games in the NES days, Super Dodgeball was ported from the arcade. In some ways, it is superior to the arcade version, as it included special moves and stats for all the players. With only 2 buttons on your controller, you would think that you'd be limited in the number of moves you could do. However, the developer Technos found ways to utilize the NES controller in some unique ways. First of all, you have your basic movement, passes and throws. On defense, you can duck or catch the ball, and now by pressing move twice in the same direction, you can start running and initiate a special attack if timed correctly. You could also jump by pressing A and B simultaneously, and this could also be comboed into a special attack. There are also 3 modes: World Cup, Multiplayer, and Beanball. In World Cup, you face off against teams from around the world. Multiplayer is a 2-player version of the game, where you get to select any playable team from the game to face off. In Beanball, you and 5 other CPUs, or 2 players and 4 CPUs, compete in a dodgeball free-for-all. No rules. When I flipped on the game, I was greeted by a pretty memorable intro song. Well, okay, it's time to start some Beanball. Of course, you gotta lift some weights to be good at dodgeball. And next, I had the chance to choose any character from Team USA. I could choose, like, regular dude, squinty eyes, big brows, Big Eyes McGee, Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, and Emo McEmo Face. I went full emo. So I got to start with the ball, and on the top of the screen were the health bars for each player. The first thing you'll probably notice is that the characters are constantly blinking, and you can't see most of them. So this is a limit on the NES hardware in which you can only have a certain number of moving characters on any individual line on the screen. This causes NES flickering. Anyway, it was time to bean some dudes in the face with a rubber ball. And since this is NES, there's no bleeding your own blood. If you're smart, you can do things like grab the ball you threw after you hit someone. It's risky, because another player can grab it and hit you right back. There was this crazy moment when I did a jump throw and the ball bounced out of the game screen and into the hit points. Later on, when I was low on health, I accidentally ran away from the fight and wait, what? Where am I? Where am I? Turns out there's an indicator when you're off screen. Also, someone died. Yes, died. They got hit by a dodgeball, became an angel, and floated into the sky. Not only does this confirm the existence of a deity, but it means this isn't just Super Dodgeball. This is Super Dodgeball of Death. With one throw, I could end up shrinking into a tiny angel version of myself. I wasn't about to let that happen. Mike! I'm sorry, Mike. We were on the same team. I'll take care of your wife and kids when you're gone. I can promise you that. Mike, let's just admit that you weren't going to make it long either way. Your eyes are just too squinty. Mike. Mike! Sam Emo McEmo Face went on to become Dodgeball of Death champion and a loving father. Before doing the World Cup, I actually wanted to go through and check out all the different teams that are available. So if you go to Versus Play, you have Team USA, of course, you have the All-Stars, you have England, who glows, India, who's got crazy head, well, actually a bunch of them do. They use the same character models over and over again, actually. They have India, Iceland, which I always thought was kind of weird. Like, they watch Mighty Ducks a lot or something? Like, how'd they come up with these? Of course, China. And they kind of use regional names for a variety of these characters. I like how in America it's like Steve and like all the pretty generic American names. Kenya, Japan, and of course USSR, because this is in the 80s, so no Russia, USSR in this game. So the first match is actually an elimination game against the All-Stars, who I believe is just an exact copy of your team, and you can actually change the position of the various characters. You can move them to different spots, because they do have different stats, and you can look at them in that versus screen. So this is World Cup, and every time you play against a team, they choose a different song, they change the stage, so it's not like you have to look at the same background, and so I definitely appreciate that. For this game, I was mostly going to focus on my team captain, Sam. I'm pretty sure he's the strongest character on the team. Boom, like that, like 27 damage. Like, knocked that guy out. They already have one guy down. Just destroying them. Like, this guy's just, I'm just gonna hit him. Like, sometimes you can pick it up when you're on the edge, like, reach for it, reach for it. No. Like, this was just, like, so easy the first match. I don't know if, like, they give him lower stats or they just make him, you know, not as smart AI-wise, but it was just a massacre. I don't think I ever really got hit in this match. And this is a full match. I'm not skipping anything. I'm not speeding it up. This is basically the full match here. And so I'm going through the World Cup. I have to defeat each team in order to win. I like how that when you knock them far enough back, they actually bounce off the back of the screen and then come back in. It's pretty funny. Oh, I blocked that special and threw my special right back at him. So the match is already over. My team wins. Of course, they're going to celebrate while the other team lowers their heads in shame. And that's it, basically. That's the game. You go from one place to the next. Now I'm going to England. Now, some other cool stuff that happened is like, whoa, that was like a huge throw. And so I actually grab it and throw it back at them, and I time it just right, that it gives it some more speed. Here's another time where I hit this guy with a special, and I don't know if you probably noticed this, but after he got hit, he's going to get up, and he's going to have like this really dumb look on his face, and I accidentally dropped the ball there. Oh, and I picked it back up. Oh, I lost it again. And so he has like this really dumb face, and sometimes that happens when they take a lot of damage. Here I am, and I'm actually going to take advantage of the side thing again. I'm just going to keep picking the ball up and throwing it in the guy's face, and I actually eliminate two guys here just by repeatedly throwing it back and forth. So those back characters can actually be pretty powerful if you use them correctly. And so the final match is against USSR. And I did a pretty cool attack there, and then I nailed that guy in the face. I liked that kind of little combo there. And so this is my sort of epic comeback of John versus Boris. But, of course, Boris is a little too strong for me, and I'm not able to take him out. Man, that USSR team is tough, and I'm pretty sure that was the second to last team. I think even after USSR, there's a special team at the end you have to face. So I lost, game over, and this is an NES game, so there's no saves. That's how you get replay value out of this game. When you lose, you're done. There's no lives, no continues, game over. Is Super Dodgeball simply a nostalgic memory? Or does the game still hold up? Is slinging a dodgeball around still fun? Well, if you can grab a handheld version, I think the gameplay is varied enough that the single-player mode will be fun to pick up and play a match or two. Playing on Expert could also extend the replay value. Now, currently, Super Dodgeball is available on the GBA as well as the Virtual Console. On the 3DS, you can actually do download play, and you could play with a friend. So I think that's probably the best, because playing against a real opponent is really the best way to probably play this game. Currently, there is also a DS version called Dodgeball Brawlers, but they changed a bunch of things with the game, so I can't really recommend it. I have never played it. I rate this game good to go for NES fans. If you still like to bring the NES out every once in a while, you should definitely add this game to your collection. This has been Being 12 for 12, and I look forward to sharing another game from my best nostalgic memories. Next week, I'll be moving forward to the SNES, or Sega, to explore a game based on a popular movie that also came out when I was a kid. Continue the conversation of Super Dodgeball and NES below in the comments. Like, subscribe, and stay nostalgic, my friends.